Welcome to Gaming at the Korova. I'm the Droog, and today I'm going to be doing a PC game called Harvester. Now, before I start giving any details about this game, I'm going to say this, and these are words you're going to rarely hear me utter. I do not recommend anybody under the age of 17 play this game. This was one of the most brutal games that I've ever played. With that out of the way, this game was done by Merit Studios in 1996, and this has got some really live-action cutscenes in it. The gameplay was pretty live-action. Storyline was really, really good. Basically, you end up in a town called Harvester, and you have no clue who you are. You have no clue who the people around you are supposed to be. You're finding clues that your name is Steve, and you're supposed to marry a woman by the name of Stephanie. Well, now you got all that. Everybody keeps telling you to join something called the Lodge, or the Order of the Harvest Moon, as others refer to. This is a big exclusive club, and everybody's wanting to get into it, but only a select few are able to do so. So, gameplay is you basically run around town, and you go through different days, and it'll go from day to night per level, doing different things. During the daytime, you'll be collecting clues to get stuff for the Lodge, and at nighttime is when the Lodge will have you do things. Like one of the first missions that you have to do for the Lodge is you've got to scratch somebody's car, and it goes from that to burning down a diner. There's many different things that you can do in here. Again, just like every other ones, it has its perks and minuses, but real quick, I'm going to show you a cutscene for what is referred to as the Harvest Blood Drive. Now, you'll get this cutscene when you don't do some of the things you're supposed to do before the Blood Drive comes up, and you will end up hearing that in the game very early on.
What the hell are you doing?
I told you, if you were still in Harvest for the annual blood drive, you'd have to donate.
What's happening here? Have y'all lost your minds?
You have only so long to find yourself. After that, if you're still a stranger, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Like I said, pretty brutal, right? Well, okay. Again, your character's name is Steve, and again, why I said 17 plus is you do have some sex scenes and stuff like that in there. So, I mean, for the time, it really pushed a lot of the limits. I'd actually discovered this game looking at gory video games, and I love playing it. I actually emulated it on DOSBox. If you guys ever have a chance to pick this up, I will recommend it. So, again, you're trying to find clues as to who you are. Now, here's what I don't like. You'll get slight hints as to what you're supposed to do. I kind of prefer the games that present a challenge, but you're actually able to figure out what you need to do and not have to play a 45-minute guessing game, which can be kind of aggravating at times, because I literally spent 2 days trying to figure out something on one level, and it didn't switch over because I forgot to get a screwdriver. I will say this is one of the games I do recommend to walk through. Don't read too far ahead in it, though, because it will give you spoilers. I didn't do that, luckily. I thought all the characters were done really great. Again, this is pretty much live-action stuff. It was really one of the first games that I'd ever sat down to play like this. I recommend talking to everybody in the town, really getting a feel for the game. I mean, take the time out. I would honestly say good gameplay to play the whole thing all the way through. With talking to everybody, a good 6 hours. So, and again, this game is 3 discs, so I mean, for the time being in 96, you gotta think this is made for Windows 95. It was pretty big. So, we're gonna go to perks and minuses. We're gonna go to the perks first. I love the way the graphics were done. I love the story behind it. I've never played a game that had a story quite like this, and if somebody decided they were going to do a Harvester movie and would keep it to what the game did, even though it played out like a movie, I would honestly watch it. The story was great. When you could figure out what to do, it was a lot of fun. Now, the minuses are, like I said, it's really hard to figure out what you have to do. That's where the irritation comes in at. But other than that, it was a really, really good game. The gameplay was really, really good on it. It was something that it was a new experience for me, you know, in all honesty. So, for this game, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And it gets the 7, you know, due to the fact of I love the way it was done, live action style. The gameplay was great. The storyline was absolutely amazing. Like, this is up there in my top 2 or 3 of, like, the best storylines for games of all times. But again, having to wander around and trying to figure things out in this town is not that easy. So that's where I lost the other 3 points at. And again, I say, I don't recommend this game for anybody under the age of 17. I believe it says 18 on the box, actually. So I would keep true to that because, again, you've got sex scenes, vulgar scenes, brutal killing, things like that. So that's my review on Harvester for the PC. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and you guys will see me on my next review.